Hey guys, it's Miss De Los Reyes. Today we're learning about dividing polynomials using long division. So before we start the algebraic part of this lesson, I want to talk about long division. Long division is something that most of us learned in elementary school. So for example, if we had a problem like 125 divided by 5, we were taught that you would create a long division bar, put the first number underneath, and the second number on the outside. Then you would ask yourself 5 times what number would get you closest to 12. So 5 times 2, we would multiply right there, would give us 10, then we would subtract, 12 minus 10 is 2, then we would bring down, and we would repeat the process. 5 goes into 25, 5 times 5 is 25, then we would subtract, and this would be our remainder, and in this case the remainder is 0. So I want us to look at that process. We would multiply here, and then we would bring down here, and then at the end we would get a remainder if there was a remainder. So we're going to take that process and now we're going to apply it to polynomials. Okay, so the first polynomial, negative 7x plus 28, that is going to go underneath the long division bar. The second polynomial is going to be our divisor, which goes outside. We are going to ask ourselves, what times x would give us negative 7x? So that's negative 7. Now we are going to multiply. When you're subtracting, you can technically just take the opposite signs of both terms in order to subtract. All right, next problem. 18x cubed plus 86x squared minus 20x divided by x plus 5. So we ask ourselves, x times what gives us 18x cubed? X times 18x squared would give us that. So now we're going to multiply. X squared times x is 18x cubed. 18x squared times 5 is positive 90x squared. Then we're going to subtract, which means opposite, opposite. This cancels. 86x squared minus 90x squared gives us negative 4x squared. Now we are going to bring down the negative 20x. Repeat the process. So now we're comparing x times what gives us negative 4x squared. So that would be negative 4x. We're going to multiply. Negative 4x times x is negative 4x squared. Multiply again, negative 4x times 5 is negative 20x. And then opposite, opposite in order to subtract. This cancels, and this nicely cancels too, so we have a remainder of 0. Therefore, this is our quotient, 18x squared minus 4x. All right, let's take a look at this example. The next couple examples will have remainders. Negative 9x minus 32 divided by x plus 3. So x compared to negative 9x, you need to multiply by negative 9. So negative 9, and you're basically distributing like this. So negative 9 times x is negative 9x. Negative 9 times 3 is negative 27. Opposite, opposite. That's going to give us negative 5. We have nothing to bring down, so we're going to attach it as a remainder, which means we take the same sign. We're going to make a fraction. This number is going to be the numerator. Our divisor is going to be the denominator. So our quotient, the final answer, is all of that. Negative 9 minus 5 over x plus 3. Okay, here's another example with a remainder. X cubed minus 5x squared minus 20x plus 16 divided by x plus 3. So x squared times x would give us x cubed. X squared times 3 is positive 3x squared. Subtract. This gives us negative 8x squared. Bring down, that's negative 20x. X times negative 8x is what will give us negative 8x squared. Continue to multiply, negative 24x. Again, you're multiplying it into both of these parts. Subtract, which means opposite, opposite. This gives you positive 4x. Bring down, plus 16. So now x times positive 4 is 4x. 4 times 3 is positive 12. Opposite, opposite. We have a remainder of 4. Remainder of positive 4, so that's plus. The 4 is the numerator. The denominator is the divisor. So all of this is our quotient. X squared minus 8x plus 4 over x plus 3. All right, in this next example, take a look at this first polynomial. Notice that you have the x squared term, but the x term is missing, and then you have the constant. You want to create a placeholder when you're dividing using long division. So you have x squared, you are missing the x term, so I'm going to put in plus 0x to account for that, and then minus 93. And then you put the divisor out here. So now x times x would give you the x squared. Multiply, that gives you x times 10 is 10x. Subtract, this cancels, subtract, that's negative 10x. Bring down the negative 93. X times negative 10 gives us negative 10x. Negative 10 times 10 is negative 100. Opposite, opposite, this cancels, and we have a remainder of 7. Positive 7 over x plus 10. So the correct answer for our quotient is x minus 10 plus 7 over x plus 10. Okay, last example. Again, we look at the polynomial. Notice that it's missing the x squared term. So when we write it, we have negative 4x cubed plus 0x squared. That's what's missing. Then you can write the rest of the polynomial down. Divided by x minus 2. All right, so x times negative 4x squared would give us negative 4x cubed. Multiply again because you're multiplying into both. So that's positive 8x squared. Opposite, opposite. This gives us negative 8x squared. Bring down plus 15x. So now we have x times negative 8x. Gives us negative 8x squared plus 16x. Opposite, opposite. Cancel. Get negative x. Bring down positive 9. X times negative 1 gives us negative x plus 2. Opposite, opposite. And our remainder is positive 7. So reattach plus 7 over x minus 2. So our quotient is negative 4x squared minus 8x minus 1 plus 7 over x minus 2. Thanks for watching. Bye.